Hello everybody, my name is KingStix. In this video we're going to be looking at some interesting big changes coming up in patch 9.10, which should be dropping approximately 8 days from now. The first big change that is happening next patch is with Master Yi. He is such a difficult champion to balance since he curb stomps low elo, and in high elo he just really isn't that great and hardly playable. What they're doing is removing the cast time on his Q, so it's much more of a blink similar to a flash, while at the same time they are making it much more consistent. The duration when he is inside of his Q is being changed from being random to 0.8 seconds. The true instant cast time should completely solve the issue of "I was in alpha." That should no longer exist anymore and no one will have to say it. This will make it much nicer to play against Master Yi, so whenever he Qs you, once this change goes through, you'll have a much better idea of when he's coming out of it than a slight random variable. They are tacking on a little bit of extra damage on Master Yi's Q. Whenever he Qs a single target or less than 4, the target will receive 25% more damage for each additional hit to a maximum of 4. So if it is a true 1v1, you will see Master Yi ultimately doing 175% of the damage of the Q rather than just the flat amount. They are also removing the cast time on Master Yi's meditate, so right when he clicks it, it will activate within 1 frame. This was a very similar issue Jax also suffered from on Jax's E. Before, with Jax's Counter-Strike, whenever you pressed it, it wouldn't necessarily start even though it looked like it did. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, just type in 𝐒𝐿 tells Riot to kill themselves. And his E is getting a significant nerf. It no longer grants bonus attack damage simply for having it leveled up and not being on cooldown. Now all it will give is bonus true damage when activated. Next up we have Riven. I really hate this champion and I try to ban her as much as possible unless I am playing Twitch, in which case I ban Jax. They are going to be lowering her Q by 1 second at rank 1 and by 3 seconds at final rank. Yes, I know this sucks, but bear with me here. On her E, they are going to be increasing the cooldown by 4 seconds at rank 1 and 4 seconds at final rank. So instead of being 10 and 6, it's going to be 14 and 10, which in my opinion is much better since the main issue with Riven is she's so tanky with that constant shield. All in all, it is a nerf for Riven in my opinion. If any Riven mains are watching this, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Next up we have Vayne. She is extremely powerful right now. Not only that, but with all the tank buffs that are coming out, we're starting to see more tank junglers and more tank supports. So truly Vayne is at the top of her game right now, even sitting at rank 1 on OPGG. Not surprisingly, they are going to be nerfing her R's tumble cooldown reduction from 50% at rank 1 to 30%, but at final rank it will be at 50% again. Do I think this is enough to balance Vayne? No, it is definitely not, but it is a step in the right direction. What I would like to see them do to balance Vayne is to change the way her true damage interacts with enemies. The percent should scale based off of her AD, not just be a flat 10% at final rank. That's way too abusable. Plus, whenever you take into account Rageblade, it's just disgusting. Speaking of Rageblade, Riot has finally recognized that it is just too gosh darn strong. They're changing the phantom hit frequency from every 2 attacks to every 3 attacks. But here's the catch. They are buffing the armor penetration and magic penetration to start out at 15% right off the bat instead of having to scale per level. Due to the Phantom Dancer's strong Phantom hit passive, I think this is a great change since it will help to stop characters like Vayne and Master Yi from taking over the game too early on with just 1 item. Next up we have Malphite. He is getting a lot of little changes that I feel are worth mentioning. First off, whenever his passive Granite Shield regenerates, he will become shiny like a Pokemon and you will easily be able to tell. Not only that, but Malphite will grow larger in size whenever you build more armor on him, similar to how Cho'Gath grows in size. I think this is awesome since Malphite is a relatively small tank compared to other tank champions like Zac or Cho'Gath, and will help to give newer players an easy idea of, oh, that champion's probably a tank because he's super beefy. They are also changing Malphite's Q to have slightly longer range and cast slightly faster as well. Overall, they are making the ability smoother and more pleasant. They are also giving Malphite's ult a visual update upon impact. It will create a crater, which I think is badass and will probably help to sell more Malphite skins. Next up on the list, we have Blitzcrank. They actually just hotfixed it, so you should be seeing it before this next patch actually comes out, and that is giving him a whole 100 extra damage at all ranks on his ultimate, which will help him out a lot with his all-ins. Try to pick Blitzcrank with all-in AD carries like Vayne or Draven. A fairly big buff coming down next patch in 9.10 is Xin Zhao. I'm really excited to see this since last patch they made Scuttle spawn in a whole minute and 15 seconds later, which really hurt red buff level 2 junglers. They are going to be increasing the AD on Xin Zhao's Q by 10% from 40 to 50%. They are also going to be lowering the cooldown on his Q by 2 full seconds at level 1, which is huge because Xin Zhao doesn't even normally max his Q first. He normally maxes his W first and then typically E second. So it will be like he's already put 3 points into his Q when in reality he's only put 1 point in it. It will also help Xin Zhao to keep his other abilities up off a cooldown, increasing his 1v1 and 2v2 potential greatly and increasing his clear speed. There is a big rune change that I am really excited about, and it is a nerf to Conqueror. The healing and true damage is going from 10% down to 8%. I think this is probably enough to make Conqueror nearly balanced. It is still going to be a highly consistent keystone, but this is definitely an amazing step. And the final big interesting change I want to mention is Runic Echoes. I don't know if this is going to go through, but if it does, it's going to mean a lot for Evelynn and Karthus players. Runic Echoes cost is being lowered by 125 gold, which is the same price as Cinderhulk. This will give such a leg up to mage junglers. I think there is a very high chance this will go through since tank junglers are coming back really strong and hard. And tank junglers are a solid counter to mage junglers, so I'm really hoping this goes through so I can start playing more Evelynn again. One final thing I want to mention, if you guys haven't done it already, join my icon channel. It's similar to quarterback, but it is different in a lot of ways, and you can even use both of them at the same time. Long story short, Alienware is doing an awesome giveaway where they're giving away 2.6 million RP points and 12 Alienware computers and some other rewards. All you have to do is use the link down below, download the app, create an account. Whenever you have the app open, it will automatically keep track of your points for you and you won't have to do anything else. Every time you get a kill or assist, you win 1 point, and every time you win a game, you win 10. Get 300 trophies / points, and you can join in on the viewer games I do every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. Central. Also, don't forget you can use quarterback at the same exact time. The only difference on quarterback, you do need to choose which challenge you want to participate in, whether it be kills, KDA, assists, or max CS. Anyways guys, that is going to wrap up this video. Don't forget to smash that like button, comment, and subscribe. That way I know you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of them. My name is KingStix. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.